So, no major incidents coming about. That video won't be online because I go after a bunch of people in the way. As I said, it's not like I don't think it is bus to them. I don't like the other criminals we saw before. They might just be people in the bus, so I shouldn't not diving on that. Since there was no major incident, I can just label that here, no major incident. And it's going to be on YouTube either way, it's just not going to be published as public until just a precautionary thing. Later, it'll be numbered. Every time you see skipping numbers, it's because the video exists, it's just not public. Plain and simple. Okay. So let's say, whatever it is, it's just there but not public. And that is because, again, I should believe in stock press, and the guys should be actually giving this to publish for a variety of reasons. But those YouTube videos are precaution. They're emergency precaution, either emergency situation or a precaution to prevent tampering. They're not supposed to be a method to spread publishing medium. They are just supposed to be a guarantee that the files are kept safe. Public is an extra layer of safety because you can have witnesses actually witnessing it, so that's why. And mostly because none of this is a secret. But as I said before as well, you want to establish that they know that for the criminal name, so I don't know, maybe. So, either way, but yeah, ideally, at least of now, this one will be public just like the previous one. Matter of fact, so much so that I have to actually publish that now, because I don't want to give it a chance of tampering. That's the time. What else am I missing? Oh yeah, the driver. I don't think this is the driver. I think that was another driver. At least the last time was another driver. I film everything just so I don't have to remember those things. I would think this was the same from the time, but I have the date and the time so the company can provide you with the actual information. Much like, again, I don't think they're gonna fall down into lying about that. That'll be involvement in this. I don't think that they're gonna dive into that study things that they're gonna say that they had nothing to do with it. And as such, they're gonna provide you with all the information. I just don't think it was this driver. At least not last time. They had a beard, darker beard. And again, I don't know, those are very stressful moments for me. It's difficult for me to remember. Which again is what I feel. So. I don't know if I should mention anything about the bus, because to get my mouth shut, you would have seen some tainted evidence. Sounds familiar. That's exactly why I mentioned this. That's exactly why I mention this all the time when I'm talking about their crimes, and I want to be quiet because sometimes crime that happens, by the way, when I mention that about the crime, like I don't like to talk or act natural because I don't want to change the record with something we are doing. I said talk just very simplistically, I act weird, I use it as an excuse, but it's not just about that, it's about maintaining a pristine record. So my lawyer would understand. Let's have a pristine record. Let's go to and run like this. to showcase the intentions as purely as possible. In this case, because I mentioned so much like that's confident, and I intended to say blah 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 blah. I believe that they were doing things now for me to use the bus because they wanted me to stay. What's the reason? So complicated. That is so stupid. You have to account for what they would be thinking, not for the reality. And I can imagine that people just stalking you for so long, how the fuck they should know certain basic things. And you have to account for the possibilities, you have to account for the stupidity, you have to account for the, self-representation, like that they're projecting themselves into me. Several times we see that happening there. From the cowardice to the studio itself, to everything else, eventually just witnessing like, that isn't me, but that's exactly what they are. That they, in a way, you're not able to just reflect this, see this as them reflecting themselves into me. Oh, even a more philosophical, even in a more pragmatic, in a more material way. Thinking to themselves what I would do based on what they would do. Yeah. So, and it's just like a variety of things. As for the drug thinking. This is a happy wrong there, so I don't place as much emphasis on that. But, and besides, it's just that I could have felt the thing before the yawning, right? So with the yawning is real, it's just that I felt it slightly before. And yeah, but I started feeling weird, and most of the major points was when I lost track of thought in a major way. It was a very simplistic thought. The Lord knows what he's doing. As I said before. Anything I always felt like you should stay there with the cast. I felt like they were putting something in the air. It's related. To attract the cats, because the cats feel hungry. I was feeling hungry. Cats are feeling hungry. And with them, again, that's the point. So what is the point? They'll feel hungry and they'll eat my food because that's the most normal thing for them. They'll feel hungry there, they eat my food is in the bag and move from there. Right? So they put their hunger drugs in the air, the cats get hungry, they come to me, and I will try to eat my food. Right? No possibility. Is it instead about feel hungry and go to the mall to eat because there's still actually no food there? I don't know. This is what I mentioned before as well when I was talking about, you have the premise that solution is just morality. You can be, just honest stuff. So throughout this, I think our moral questions, you always, 100%. Above those questions, so it's actually more accurate than just morality. Morality is kind of moralism, it's not my point. Quite to the contrary, it's not quite the point. and she thinks I'm a horrible person, but not anything close to friendly. Like, I remember this. This is what the by the way, I should show something to you. This is what both the municipal guard and the caution of the party patrol the traffic is. Well, because next to I don't think it shows on the map, but it's right next to one of the hotels that I stayed in one night. Returning. One night, never returned. Then we returned to Brumado. Not because that was better, but because it's cheaper. It's about the same. Thursday there, which this points another possibility for the time the children will be leaving me a bit paranoid, but as you did notice this video alone, I did take some precautions. By the way, well, I saw the general build of small and bulky. Yeah, that's what I was referring to today when I mentioned the female there, the not the child there. As far as the general bulky goes. Vou esperar meu problema. This one. Look at it. This one is the possibility to show. Because it's referring to that, that's the general which needs to trace. Look, everyone right. Remember that the criminal in the back, I showed the few issues though, that's back in me for quite some time. Promotion. Looking something is causing cold sweat. Usually the definition. If it's cold, yeah, I'm going to get a chill sweat. That was a common thing happened before. Very common. Driven picking up at the truck. And I think that both ones were getting in the car. Like how far the one is we don't know. But it's within a 15 class check. Maybe some of the chills, like it out, flush, it feels cold, and it's like coming out on, like a weaker version of the fire. Now it's really painful. I think those things are being released from inside the bird as well. See how long it takes between some things I'm going to start feeling this. That's what I mentioned. So how many explanations just came in this one? So that's why I mentioned the thing I said before, that I felt something by the time I see the awning already at least. So I started to turn back from there. I imagine that whatever it goes into the body, gets to the brain, has its effect. For the nervous system because of the time it must be. Very sounds So it's always regulate the halfway after. No. So I actually got the actual substance. So. Final thing I'm gonna say, and you can see how much I was struggling to say this. Well, after the fact that I drug for me, there's a difference between those ones and this one. Try to see the difference between me at Delpho's place, me towards the bus stop, me there, and then in the bus stop itself, then me here. You get to see the perfect comparison. The stages with the watching the drugs that they throw me as they pass and as I move to places as well. We have places in some more posters that they want to film, like for instance right now, the gas lighting towards filming goes down around those lines. And this is the point where it's important to establish. Everybody knows everything about that. They'll be feeling the things in the air. And then we talk to the face about what they feel. And then the gaslighting comes. Put in mind. Okay? That's why it's important to establish that. And that's why I pointed out that on the bus stop and the other situation it's so relevant to show the shit came over. It's not criminals being criminals. That's the better thing. For sure, it's out of this thing. That's what I say. You know, the smell is super inside the bus now.